Hey guys. So I wanted to talk today about my diagnosis, what the doctor said, and all that. I don't have it that I've done that yet, and actually I know I haven't. And what the doctor said was that it looks like because I refused any biopsy. There's no need for that. Because there's nothing we can do. So it has come back in my liver as well as being in my lung. And that's what the doctor told me, and said that basically I have a year to maybe a little over. He didn't know. He didn't know. Except that what I've been diagnosed with is very fast moving, and it's melanoma. Not like the skin melanoma, but what's so interesting to me and where it's been such a mind is because I feel great. I actually feel better than I ever have felt. So strong thanks to Regenesis 360 and my willingness to get my butt in there and do the ARX machine. And just my diet and everything, I feel so good. And what I know now, and I just know this from my gut, my intuition, is that cancer has been a part of my life's contract. I've come here to learn and grow with this dis-ease. And that's what it's been for me. It's been a life from as young as I can remember. This uneasiness with the way the world is, and seeing it not through eyes of love, but seeing what is wrong per se with it, and creating separateness and just an overall feeling of helplessness. And so I really began switching that around. And one thing about me is that I just keep getting back up. I just keep getting back up on that horse, and I fall and I fall and I fall. And now it's the big one. It's like, how about now? Really being what I teach, being who I know I truly am, and not just here and there when I feel like it or when it suits me, but actually being consistent, much like I'm consistent with my diet and consistent with working out. For me, that's not as challenging as taming my mind. And my mind can just, the program I've been given definitely isn't always as positive as it may seem. And I am a real positive person too. So it's this interesting dynamic I have within myself. The way I'm showing up is very authentic, and I have an extreme passion for living. And I have thought about death, daydreamed, in fact, about death, and have had many suicidal moments daydreaming about it, never getting to it. With like a low-grade depression and anxiety since I was a little girl. And so my ex-husband is to say, oh my gosh, you're so morbid. You think about death all the time. And so here it is knocking on my door, and it's like, oh shit. Like, wow, let me tell you. And it's been a real gift, because I'm really getting to see what I have been doing that does not work by living in the here now. And if I can do anything for the rest of my days, is to help people see that taking care of ourselves emotionally needs to be number one. Number one. Never mind the wrinkles on your face. Never mind coloring your hair, or never mind, money and all that. And that's all great and important. But if we are not taking care of our inside emotional state, we're going to suffer no matter what. It doesn't matter how much money we make. Doesn't matter what we achieve. It will never, ever be enough. I remember Jim Carrey had talked about that. He wished that everyone could be famous just to know how that doesn't do it. Doesn't give us that peace. The only thing that gives us peace is us choosing peace, us choosing to live from our Christ consciousness. And I like to say Christ consciousness. And you can say your light, your higher self. I've used that too. I use it all. Anything that works for me in the moment, I will do. And so I absolutely know that I've had cancer now, been diagnosed 6 times. I mean, this is becoming like my entire life. And I tell myself the story that it's because I'm like this. I'm just super high on life, and then I'm just no and super. And I even asked Cinnamon once, am I bipolar? Like, am I? And I know I'm not. It's just I buy into my mind, and when we buy into fear, we are all bipolar, because fear is crazy. It's an illusion, and it tells us that we're separate. It tells us that we're right and other people are wrong. And when you can just play the game of life to win, that's when life shows up differently. And my life is showing up so differently since I've been choosing to win. And just tons of different magical moments and people coming into my life, and so much love, and really beautiful. So anyway, I'm still working with it. I'm still challenged to the wall with my mind. And now it's about, I'm not Francesca. I wasn't Kathleen. I'm not Francesca. You're not who you think you are. We are these souls having a human experience. It's a short bleep in time. And what are we going to co-create while we're here? And what story do we want to tell ourselves? And the story I'm going to write is how I'm going to turn this around and really help people live their highest life while they're here by taking care, number uno muno, their uno uno, or whatever it is, emotional state. Because you can just eat all the healthy foods and all that. It's all of it. It's mind, body, spirit. It's just this aspect of the mind. It does not matter how much exercise we get or anything. If our minds are creating fear all the time or creating anxiousness, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work for us. So that's what I've got for Sunday. Love you guys. Bye.